Howdy folks, today's soap is brought to us by the way of Shannon soaps. This one here is pineapple and banana. Kind of goes along with the rabid banana being released again. So going to pair this one up with a aftershave from Yulay. This one here is called Reggae Rumberry, and this is one of those kind of aftershaves you'll have to shake up before you use. I've shook this one up before, but I'll end up having to shake it up again here pretty soon. I've got it whipped up here in a fine accoutrements lathering bowl with a brush that I got from Metalworks. And this is close to being, might take a moment, but it's starting to sag there. It's on the wet side. It's not quite drippy, but it's pretty darn close. Smells wonderful. The pineapple and banana along with the rumberry it'll play well together. It's going to smell great working together. Already put a hot towel to the face this morning, and Preshave soap, still, oil that is, still using Maggard's Sweet Orange. And blade of the day, still sporting the Gillette 7 o'clock. This one here is what, yeah, Super Platinum. It comes double wrapped, by the way, in case you're wondering. I guess you might say today is Gillette Adjustable Supers. I'm using this one here is referred to as 84. It is the short-handled version. Eventually they stopped making this one and only made the 109s. There's a bit of a difference later on with the 109s that take place, and I've got a link down below, and it'll probably be easier to read and make more sense of it. This one here is the newer version because it's got the what I call the base plate. This one here it's plastic, and so your date code's not going to be on the bottom, but it's going to, I don't know if the camera's going to see that, but it's on the inside and it's underneath the bar right there, and it has the letters, and this one here is A1. So in other words, first quarter when this one here was made. Eventually, this knurling, you know how it's kind of vertical through there? Eventually, I think in 1980, I think it's 80, could be 1977. I can't remember which one it is. But anyhow, the knurling changes where it's a diamond shape. I didn't realize that until I read that article. Like I say, I'll have a link down below until I read that. So now I guess you might say, in a way, I'm kind of looking for that kind of knurling just to see what the difference is. But anyway, just thought I'd throw out the differences here. But the 109s, of course, you know, are out there. There's quite a few of them, and I don't see quite as many of the 84s out there. And the 84 and the 109 is just depicting the length of the handle of the razor. So I got it set on setting number 9. Go ahead and get started here. It's a pretty interesting read, talking about these supers, and you know, probably to an extent what the thought process was. I mean, besides, you know, when they went from the metal base plate to the plastic, you know, saved a little bit of money. But I think they felt like these razors were, as you might say, good to go, in that they should last a while. I don't know. To me, there's always that thing that little nagging voice, you know, that you have when it comes to razors and longevity, because you start thinking about the material that it was made out of, and this particular case, the moving parts. And to me, it seems like moving parts always have a tendency has an opportunity, I should say, to wear out. But I guess also it depends on when they made these, what they expected the lifespan to be. Probably not quite like we have in mind. But I think they stopped making Gillette Supers, the 109s. I think 88 was the last year they made them, I think, if I remember reading correctly. It's so you should be able to find some that, I guess you might say, that are newer, that should be in fairly decent shape, you would think. It's kind of odd, in my opinion, that I find more of the older versions, 69, 70, somewhere right in there, where the caps look a lot better, the doors, than the newer ones. I don't know if that just has anything to do with how they were manufactured, how they were made at the time, or changing times of where shavers weren't taking care of their equipment quite like they used to. I don't know. It's hard to say. Thought I would use that. This is the only short-handled one I got. I've got a few of the 109s. Now, I have found a place, because I think at one point in time, finding somebody that would replate these would be problematic. And Razor Refresh will replate these for you. I should mention that on the 109s, if you happen to see one, which there's probably not very many of them out there, they also have a gold version. I think the article, the way it was reading, it was put out for a Father's Day type thing, which would be pretty cool if you can find one of them. If you like gold, I like gold on some razors every once in a while. It's kind of like colors, you know, to help change up the routine, I guess you might say, what I'm looking at. Spice things up a little bit, if you will. Don't shave any different. It's still going to shave the same. It just looks different. But, you know, like anybody else. Do you want a black car or you want a red car? Well, you have your favorite colors, you know, and sometimes some colors look better on some cars than they do on other cars. Same thing with razors. Sometimes the contrast in colors, you know, just really makes the razor look great, and sometimes on other razors, not so much. Pineapple and bananas coming out. It's really enjoying the scent. This is you might say, that time of the year. We had a little bit of weather roll through here in Oklahoma. We've been having rain, it seemed like almost like every day darn near, for I don't know how long now. And the yesterday, up east and north from where I'm at, they got over 6 inches of rain. That's quite a bit of rain for us. Sometimes that could be a 2 or 3 month total as opposed to one day. Seems like the blade feel is just a little bit more on this one. Got it on setting 9, and it seems like it's just a little bit more aggressive, just a tiny bit, just enough to notice that it's different than what it is on the Slim. That's just my experience. You may not even notice the difference in between them if you got a Slim, or I've got a Fat Boy that I plan on using here pretty soon. Don't have very many Fat Boys. And if you've seen, was it Global Shave? They got a fat guy. Kind of keep along with that theme. I think the going price, I don't remember if it's $90 for the fat guy. I don't remember right off the top of my head. Last time I looked, which was a little while back, I think they still have some in stock if you're interested in checking those out. Like I said, it's that Global Shave. In other words, if you're not wanting to spring for whatever the going price of a Fat Boy that's been replated, I think I've seen them anywhere from $150 to $275. And it has a lot to do with what they were replated with and the condition of the Fat Boy when they replated it to begin with. There's only so much you can do when it comes to pitting and that sort of thing on a razor. When you go to replate it, scratches. In other words, there's limitations. It'll function just fine. it just may not look as nice as you would hope for. So if you're thinking about having one replated, you might want to keep that in mind. There are limitations of what can be done with your razor. If you send it in and it's in pretty good shape, like this one here is in pretty decent shape, I'd have to say. There's no pitting on the doors. Overall, it's in pretty good shape. In other words, it'll come back even looking pristine when I would get it. If I was to send it in to get it replated, it'd look great because it's a. I guess you might say it's got a good foundation. In other words, give the people that are replating it something good to work with. But in some other cases, it's more along the lines of not only to get it to look better, but to help preserve it a while longer, for another 50 or so years, however old it may be. Yeah, some of these razors are starting to get up in age, so these moving parts, I don't know how these plastic ones are going to hold up. It is always something that kind of bugged me, because I know, in other words, you get one of the older ones. I think I've got like 2 or 3 of the 1969 ones. It seemed like those seem to be pretty plentiful. But this one here, with the plastic bottom, I don't know. I've never seen one taken apart to know if the rest of the inner workings are okay, or is this going to be a problematic type situation with that plastic bottom. Like I say, it just really depends on how long they intended on it lasting. Got the alum block here with the complete with rubber band. I may have to pause for a moment, see what the animals are all excited about. Today's Friday for me, and holiday weekend is going to be nice. Go ahead and go. Yeah, I think I better look real quick. I'll be right back. Go ahead and get started with the unscented but mentholated witch hazel. It's going to have a nice cooling effect, that's for sure. Get the lid open here. It's going to be nice to have a long weekend. Still working from home, but it is still nice not to be able to, I guess you might say, concern myself about things about work, kind of take a break from things. I think we're still expecting some more weather. Just to add to excitement, right? Like I say, this is, you'll have to shake up. I think this is 4 ounces. It's a plastic container. If you're unfamiliar with Yulay's aftershave, does not have alcohol. That's like a witch hazel type base thing. There's what the restrictor looks like. This scent is, it's just like the name. It's festive. It's got a berry. You can smell the rum. It really does smell good. But yeah, for a Friday, right for a holiday weekend, we're working on some nice scents, setting the mood, I guess, if you will. Just to show you, that's what it looks like there on the inside. The door flops down, of course. That's what it looks if you haven't seen one on the inside. For me, as it goes for cleanup, cotton swab, Q-tips, I keep them over there. I just wipe it down real quick with one, get all the little nicks and crannies that I can get, clean it up real quick, don't take but a quick moment, and then I'm on to putting it back where it came from. I had a great shave this morning. I'm smelling great. Looks like I may have missed a spot or two when I cut my hair this morning. Hope everybody's doing well. Stay safe, stay healthy, and smooth shaves to you.